Hey everybody, so if you've been following me on Twitter, you noticed that I started talking about a whole bunch of brand new indie games that are supposed to be coming out sometime later this year. And well, sorry, my parents are watching a big football game downstairs. And so I hopped onto this little website called nerdmuch.com, which is where I got all this video footage from. They showcased like 36, I guess, brand new indie games that are supposed to be coming out this year. And these are the ones that I looked at, and these are the ones that I'm actually particularly interested in. I'll be showing the trailers, hopefully if the video doesn't get blocked or anything like that. So if that's the case, I apologize. So one particular thing to note, of course, here, I only looked at games that are... I only specifically looked at games that, you know, are not or may be on the Xbox One. I specifically avoided those ones because I don't have an Xbox One. So I apologize if there's a bit of a bias here, but that's just how it is. So a lot of these games specifically are coming out for either only the PC or also for the PS4, but that will be mentioned as follows. So first game to mention is Old Time Hockey. When I first looked at the trailer here, for some reason it's got a big, like, censor block over the video. The video plays, but you can't actually see anything, so I actually had to go to YouTube in order to actually get the trailer.
Hello out there, we're on the air, it's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game.
It looks like a hockey game that also emphasizes quite a bit of the hockey violence that comes along with it. I do wonder how realistic at all it'll try to be with a lot of the violence, wherein, you know, will you be like knocking guys into the wall or like knocking guys away from the puck and stuff like that. Doesn't really look like it's for me, though, to be perfectly honest. I don't know. This is supposed to come out for the PlayStation 4, PC, and the Xbox One. Moving on. Next we got Hellblade: Sana's Sacrifice. This one is made by Ninja Theory, and they've made quite a few games that I've looked at and actually played and really liked. I'm probably one of the few people who play DMC, the remake, reboot, and actually really liked it. This, I didn't actually record the trailer for, because it's not really a trailer, it's a game dev, kind of behind the scenes look at it, so they don't really show a whole lot of gameplay, but it's a third person type of game. It looks like it'll probably follow that same sort of mentality that these guys have done before, where it's going to be an action, probably hack and slash style game. It looks nice. So, I guess we'll see. Oh, and, this is going to be edited shit. It's coming out for PC and PlayStation 4. Anyway, apologize. Moving on. Next up is Liege. Or League, or it's probably Liege. You know, don't count me on that. This looks like a bit of a throwback, kind of. It's supposed to be a JRPG. And from what I understand, this was also a Kickstarter. And it's got a lot of people really excited for it. This is actually the first that I've heard or really seen about it. And this looks pretty cool. It's a tactics RPG. And I do like a good tactics RPG, if I'm good at it, that is. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Fire Emblem, with little mixes of Suikoden, a little bit. Only, you know, you don't have a large party yet, but you do obviously get to manage your party and move them about whatever kind of stage that you're on. So, yeah, this has my interest, and it looks pretty cool. This will come out for PC and the PlayStation 4. I believe this was supposed to come out last year, or maybe that was another game that's on this list. I can always go back and look and then just re-edit it, so we'll see. Who knows? Moving on. Next, we got Rain World. This game looks cool, and it's another one that's made by Adult Swim, who also made Volgar the Viking, and I loved the shit out of Volgar the Viking, and yeah, so this looks cool. It reminds me a little bit of Fez, you know, just in terms of the art style a little bit, only obviously a lot darker. And yeah, I like this. I don't obviously have a whole lot to say about it. It does look like there will be a lot of mechanics with it, with avoiding the rainfall, and I'm not sure, but it looks like at some point that you get a grappling hook, and you're throwing spears at different types of monsters and enemies, and yeah, so we'll see. This looks cool. Rain World comes out for the PlayStation 4 and Windows. Up next, Beat Cop.
Tape an old school TV. It involves some drama in a crime of sort. It takes place in the good old Brooklyn, New York. So let's meet Jack Kelly, man of law and order, who in a line of duty has been framed for a murder, betrayed and demoted to a rank of beat cop. Now he wants to find out who set him up. So for poor old Kelly, things are far from sweet. Every day 9 to 5 he patrols the street with a gun and a baton in his beat cop blue tee. Has to deal with some boring ass everyday dudes. So he checks parked cars if they got good tires, placing lights and parking meters not expired. And if something ain't right, then he has to decide if he'll write a ticket or he'll take a bribe. Then he talks to people, making friends and foes, laying down the law everywhere he goes. Deals with some shop owners, locals in the mob, cause this is the part of the beat cop job. And from time to time, when a crime does happen, then he comes and does some premium beat copping. Gather statements and then get some clues. If you're guilty, know it, boy, you're gonna lose. Then on top of his regular beat cop job, he still seeks the truth about who set him up. And he has to hurry, in this game time flies. If he fails, his ending won't be very nice. If you wanna help, visit Steam Store, boy, or Game
cool. It looks like that you'll be doing kind of a police procedural type of game, only you're a beat cop who's also trying to clear your name for a crime that you didn't commit. At the same time, you can, kind of bend the line of being a good cop to being a bad cop, being a corrupt cop and such, and actually solving crimes and doing what kind of looks like real detective work in a way. I like the art style that it's going with. It kind of reminds me of Devolver Digital a bit. Like this looks like the sort of thing that Devolver Digital would put out, but their name wasn't on this. So, yeah, and it's only coming out for PC, but I'm sure depending on how well it does, there will probably be ports. So, yeah, who knows? Moving on. Up next, Nidhogg 2. I love the hell out of Nidhogg 1, and this does exactly what a sequel needs to do. It's throwing in new weapon types. You got bows and arrows, you got daggers, you got battle axes. It's also given the characters designs, and I gotta say, I don't like the way the characters look. They remind me of the Yellow Bastard from Sin City a little bit, but maybe that's what they were going for. The trailer is very short. But it's just meant to show off, like, hey, this is what we're doing, check it out! And, well, I had a shit ton of fun with Nidhogg. I only played it very briefly with my buddy, but he and I liked it. And, well, just from what I've seen, Nidhogg 1 looked like fun, was fun. Nidhogg 2 will probably be a shit ton more fun. And this will be for PS4 and Windows. So, there were two games that I mentioned on my Twitter that when I looked at the trailers for them, looked disappointing and just kind of made me angry. So I'm going to show and kind of explain why, and I'll go into a little bit more detail after I read the descriptions on them. First up is Manifold Garden, coming out for PC, PlayStation 4, Linux, and Mac. That's all the trailer shows, is just these worlds. And that's kind of what annoyed me. It's like, if you have nothing to show, then don't show a trailer. And I think this is the one that was supposed to come out, I think, in 2015, I think. So they've been working on it for 2 years, perhaps a little bit longer, and you don't have anything to show? And from what I've read about it, this is supposed to be a puzzle game. And you couldn't even show any actual puzzle solving or what type of gameplay this is going to be. Like, is it going to be Portal style, or is it going to be something a little bit different? So, and obviously I'm guessing it's going to involve the worlds, and well, if you actually showed some gameplay, that might actually have my interest. But since you didn't show anything, I don't know what to expect. But yeah, the worlds look nice, but so what? Anyway, moving on. Up next is Frostpunk, only coming out for the PC.
Now winter nights enlarge the number of their hours, and clouds their storms discharge upon the airy towers. Let now the chimneys blaze, and cups o'erflow with wine. Let well-turned words amaze with harmony divine.
11-Bit is making this, who I think is also publishing another game that I mentioned on this list. And, well, the reason why I'm disappointed was because, again, the trailer doesn't really show anything. Just kind of, shows a dead body at the bottom of a mountain in between a chasm, and then that's it. And, well, from what I read on the description, it's supposed to be a steampunk survival game that's set on a frozen landscape. And it's actually made by the same people who made This War of Mine, which I didn't play, but looked kind of interesting, but didn't really look like the sort of thing I'd be into. This might be, if they showed some gameplay. Again, it's that sort of thing of like, if you don't have any gameplay to show, don't release a trailer. Because I don't care about pretentious and just like, oh, like, we're going to talk about, what it is, or we're just going to kind of show a small example of what our game looks like, but we're not actually going to show any gameplay in order to emphasize that this is what it is. You got to sell me on it. And an empty trailer that doesn't really show anything doesn't sell me. Anyway, moving on. Wow, they're getting loud down there. Up next, this is a game I'm very excited about. Chasm, coming out for PlayStation 4 and PC. It's procedurally generated, dungeon crawler, hack and slash, Metroidvania. Those words alone make me very excited. And just the fact that, just going by the trailer, that it's using 16-bit style, which I'm a big sucker for. Yeah, this game looks good. And from the description, it said that it's supposed to be really hard. Now, I don't, particularly like a game that's just meant to be hard just for the sake of being hard, but if it's enjoyable and there's a lot of replay value out of it, yeah, this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun for me. Not really sure exactly when it's supposed to be coming out. It's supposed to come out for the PS4 and PC, so I guess we will just see. But yeah, I've got a big boner for this one. Moving on, this will be the last game that I'll be mentioning on here. Finally, of the number of games that I looked at that I have some interest in or just felt like talking about, this is R. comes out for PS4, PC, Xbox One, and Mac. One person on Kotaku described this as a Wind Waker, only instead of sailing, you're flying. Well, for me, this looks like Skyward Sword, only if the landscape was actually prettier. Mostly it shows that that you are a character that can transform into a bird and then freely fly around in order to explore the world. And looks like there's going to be a lot of different worlds in which to explore. I don't know how the rest of the gameplay is. I guess we'll see when more comes out. I'm just wondering if it's going to be action, adventure, exploration. Will there be some hack and slash? Though there will probably more than likely be puzzle solving. This does look cool, so I guess we will see. Anyway, I apologize if this was, you know, mostly just blibber blabber or whatever, but hey, you know, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, what new games are you guys looking forward to? Sadly, as for like AAA or anything like that, the only game that I'm actually interested in that's supposed to be coming out in the next few weeks is Resident Evil 7. And I'm kind of doubtful, but also excited. So, but other than that, there's not a whole lot that's coming out. Anyway, please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe, and you can check out my channel. Links are in the description below. Check out my Patreon. I don't know. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.